Welcome back YouTube, we have Ahmed again from In-Depth Tech Reviews, and in today's video I'm gonna review the TK800M 4K projector from BenQ. This is my first time to review such a product, so I'm not gonna compare it with other models. However, I'm gonna focus mainly on the experience and what I felt after using this projector as an average consumer, without focusing too much on technicalities. Now let's see how the BenQ TK800M will perform, but before getting started, let's make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified every time I post a new video. So let's jump in. And here's the projector itself. It weighs 4.2 kilograms. It has dimensions of 35.3 centimeters width, 27.2 centimeters depth, and the height is 13.5 centimeters. Here are all the controls for the projector that you can use in case if the remote control for some reason is not available with you. On this side, you get the zoom slider that gives you 1.1x zoom and the focus wheel right here. At the front, you of course get your lens, the 4K HDR logo, and the IR blaster for your remote control. And in the middle, you get this adjustable leg if you want to change the angle of your projector. And on the other side, you get this grill, and if you look through it, you will see a big fan to cool down your projector, along with the BenQ branding over here, in addition to those two adjustable legs on the back. And on the back, you have the power cord slot. You have a 3.5mm audio out, 3.5mm audio in, a VGA port for your PC, and over here you have two HDMI ports. Here you have a mini B port, serial port RS232, and a USB type A for using a flash memory if you want to play content, and finally a 12-volt trigger. And at the bottom you get three ceiling mount screws, one here, and the third one is here. And you get this center of gravity label to make it easier for you when balancing your projector. One more thing worth mentioning here, this indicator will show you the airflow. Because this projector produces a lot of heat, so it's better to keep this side well exposed, because the hot air will go this side and will come out from here. And on the other side, you have a 5-watt speaker that's placed on this side, so it's better to keep this side well exposed as well to avoid covering your speaker. That was a quick hardware tour. Now let's put it into action and see how good is the BenQ TK800M. The first time I tried this projector was in the morning, having my curtains open, because I know the biggest enemy for any projector is the light. And I meant to do it this way because BenQ claims that this projector can produce very bright image and works well with your living room ambient light due to its 3000 lumens output. And here's my quick setup. I have the projector placed next to the window with the curtains open and the projector faced towards the wall. Then I attached my Chromecast Ultra to the HDMI port on the back to play 4K content. And as an average user, I did like what I saw, as I can clearly see the image without any issues. Let me also show you how it looks side by side with the curtains opened and closed. Overall, I'm impressed with the amount of brightness this projector produces, and I think BenQ claims here are accurate. Now let's talk about the quality. And here I'm playing 4K HDR content at 60 frames per second from YouTube, and I see a lot of details in the image, the colors are vibrant, and the motion is very smooth. One more thing I noticed, because I'm playing the content directly on the wall and without any bezels around the screen, it feels like you have a cutout in the wall itself that you see your content through. Something like the extremely expensive LG wallpaper TV. And because the light is emitted directly on the surface, no matter from which angle you see your content, there will be zero color shifting, something that we got used to from LEDs and LCDs that doesn't exist here. Also, a lot of people will be using this projector for gaming, which makes perfect sense, because you will get 4K resolution with HDR support, and the screen size will be so big to get you hooked up in the game. Here I connected my Xbox One and played one of my favorite games, Need for Speed Payback, and the experience was joyful. At first, the image looked darker than what I expected, however changing the picture mode to vivid solved the issue and everything looked great. So when it comes to the quality and the feeling I get when I watch content or play games on this projector, I was really impressed because of the high brightness, vivid colors, no bezels, and high performance. And the third most important thing when it comes to projector is the size of the image you can get versus how far you need to place the projector, and this is very important, especially if you're gonna use the projector in your apartment, so you will definitely be limited in space. And the number you need to look for here is called throw ratio. This number indicates how far you need to place your projector versus the size of the image you can get. And the lower the number, the better the results. This projector has 1.5 to 1.65 throw ratio, but without talking about how this number is calculated, it simply means that you can get 100 inches if placed at 10.89 feet away. And that's 3.319 meters, which is not the best among other BenQ models, but not too bad either, because at 2 meters away you can get 60 inches worth of image size. Of course, getting a laser projector will be the best option if you care much about the space, because you can put it on your TV stand and get more than 100 inches, but that comes with its cost. The cheapest option I found is the Xiaomi Mijia 4K projector at $1749 versus $1139 for the BenQ TK800M. So it depends on your budget and the space you have available for the projector, but overall the BenQ TK800M is something to consider in your comparison due to its reasonable price and the long list of features you get. Now let's talk about the features. In addition to the video capabilities you get with the projector, you also get a 5-watt speaker, and as per BenQ, it uses Cinema Master Audio Plus 2 for massive sound, by housing the speaker in a resonant sound chamber for deep bass and soaring highs, in addition to some EQ presets, so let's take a listen. As per this audio sample, I can say that this is just an okay sound, not massive as claimed by BenQ. And of course, if you are planning to get yourself a projector for entertaining, you definitely should be looking for a proper sound system to rely on. However, I found it helpful in a situation when you need something temporary to get you up and running straight away until you get your preferred sound system later. The next feature you get is the Keystone adjustment, and that's a really helpful feature because if you placed your projector too high or too low, you will get this trapezoid effect that you can easily fix. But my only complaint about this feature is the uneven frame you get around the viewing area that I found myself sometimes get distracted with and wishing it's not there. So I recommend placing your projector towards the center as much as you can to get the best results. You also get 5 picture presets for delivering the best viewing experience based on your content, and based on my experience I found the cinema mode is the best in most cases, and another mode called Vivid that gives you punchy colors, and I do recommend it for gaming more than the cinema mode. There is also a dedicated mode for football that saturates the green color more, and here is a side-by-side comparison with the cinema mode. Navigating the menu of the projector is easy and straightforward, but it's full of features and changes that you can do yourself. You also get this backlit remote that's gonna make your life easier. One final thing that I'm gonna talk about is the heat that comes out of this projector. At the top, it ranges from 28 to 36 degrees Celsius when you move towards the right side where the hot air comes out, and if we're gonna measure directly from the right side, it reaches up to 54 degrees, which is hot. And sitting in front of the vent for a few minutes can make you sweat. So you need to keep it away from the wall to avoid any damages to your paint and also give it the chance to cool down. I also found switching this projector on takes a lot of time compared to the projectors I use at work in the meeting rooms. Not a big deal, but I just wanted to let you know. So now I'm done with my review for the TK800M from BenQ, and my overall experience was good, no major complaints. as it produces very detailed image, vibrant colors, some really good presets for your picture, really high brightness of 3000 lumens that can work well in most lighting conditions, the ability to play audio out of the box, easy menu navigation with a backlit remote, and its reasonable price. The drawbacks are the uneven frame you get around the viewing area after using the Keystone adjustment, average speaker sound, it has the worst throw ratio among other models from BenQ, and finally the heat it produces. The drawbacks sound like a lot, but they are minor in my opinion. And they didn't impact my experience that much as far as I'm using it as an average consumer rather than as a reviewer that is trying to dig deeper into things. So that's pretty much it. That was my review for the BenQ TK800M. Please let me know in the comments what do you think, and if you like my video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.